Right now, illegal drugs are making their way up I-15.
It is part of an extensive cross-border drug network, and cartels are using our area as a pit stop to other western states. Tonight, only on 8 News Now, the I-Team's David Charn shows us exclusive video of where this poison is coming from. David?
Well, Denise, the I-Team has reported on huge drug busts over the past couple months, and there's a common thread if you look closely. Thousands and thousands of pounds of meth coming across the border and right here to the valley.
You can hear the birds in the Mexican jungle, but don't let your ears fool you. You're seeing where methamphetamine is manufactured before it hits your neighborhood.
They prey upon the addiction of others.
Dan Neal is an assistant special agent in charge of the DEA.
It's easy to transport, and there's definitely a demand.
A demand in a market which begins 1,000 miles away in Sinaloa, Mexico. Under the guise of trees, jugs full of chemicals, generators hooked up to machines. This is where cartels are making enormous amounts of meth.
They get it through cars, planes, boats, you name it.
From this tent to the axle of cars, meth makes its way up I-15, destined for us. Neal says our location in the Southwest and our abundance of hotel rooms make Las Vegas a perfect spoke on the drug dealing wheel.
Rest here for the night, or and then distribute it further north, or go out east.
And more often, drug agents are finding it. Last year, DEA seized more than 112,000 pounds of the drug, more than double the amount they seized just 2 years before. DEA making this historic bust just last month outside Los Angeles. 2,200 pounds of meth stashed in these duffel bags, some which Neal says could have ended up here in the valley.
It's multiple times in a month we're seeing those big seizures.
In 2 recent Las Vegas cases, agents seized a combined 110 pounds of meth. They set up stings in parking lots, getting hundreds of thousands of doses off the street. Cartels see a market. Drug agents see a misdeed.
They don't care that you may have a family, that you have friends, or you have a job.
Now it's Neal's job to lead one team tackling this trade, working with other state and federal agencies as dealers use our backyard to fuel what's happening in theirs.
It's great enforcement. It's great work by the men and women of the DEA and local law enforcement in getting this stuff off the streets.
To make things worse, drug agents tell us the pandemic is actually fueling more pain and addiction, with overdoses in our area up 30% this spring and summer compared to the same time last year. So far, more than 400 of our family, friends, and neighbors have died from drug overdoses, and more often, meth is playing a role in them. Brian.
And David, it's not just the large amounts we're seeing, but also the chemical makeup of these drugs that's really concerning too.
Right, so some of those drugs are being cut with fentanyl to make it look more pure. Fentanyl, as we've reported, is up to 50 times more potent than morphine. Just a few grains can kill you immediately, and that has DEA even more concerned about all of this meth flowing into our area. Brian and Denise.